Wow. Hey, iPhone. Hey, iPhone. Hey, iPhone. Oh, iPhone.
When the Apple gang.
Hey, iPhone. Apple. Hey, Apple.
Obviously, for moving it up, baby, at about SLAYQUEENS channel. So I should be my if anything, stories been at the Bremo, and if because of pressure iPhone, edeba, at you say, pressure iPhone, edeba, bagana mua, I don't know, I'm so cry iPhone. I always say, Ukra, we are seeing now, Ukra iPhone, I just say, oh no, I say society, so I do what I don't know. Meaning, say iPhone, and many pesika say. Told and money po say krawa I don't know. Example, we have these videos over here, and after we have a broken pen related to a story way. Example, what the moment videos way.
Mama iPhone. Wow. Hey, iPhone. Hey, iPhone. Oh, iPhone.
When the Apple gang.
Hey, iPhone. Apple. Hey, Apple. Every
I said iPhone.
Mama iPhone. Wow. Hey, iPhone. Hey, iPhone.
We need Apple. We need iPhone. We need to be my hey.
Oh, iPhone.
When the Apple gang.
Hey, iPhone. Apple. Hey, Apple.
I said Apple.
Apple.
Hey, I said hey. Your hair senior man.
13 Pro Max. So kaisa me belanchi iPhone 12 no. Anyway, iPhone 13 is suaba. So your bana, so ye premium. Jewo iPhone 13. Oh your bana ye premium. Hey, iPhone 13. So your bana ye premium. iPhone 13 Pro Max. Malanchi. Menyamitsie, ain't the so go back for them way. Me 13 Pro Max. So kaisa me belanchi iPhone 12 no. Anyway, iPhone 13 is suaba. So your bana, so ye premium. Jewo iPhone 13. Oh your bana ye premium. Hey, iPhone 13. So your bana ye premium. iPhone 13 Pro Max. Malanche. Menyamitsie. Ain't the so go back for them way. Me.
I was for I mean, same we answer your call a friend saying the iPhone pressure no so what's an answer? What a one way use your iPhone a bit down from iPhone 6 Benny no. Would check here difference being the only so we increase a CPU. No much any air camera position. No more use some buttons in the touch. That's all. I'm more pre iPhone now. I'm to phone now. Just say after 1 year, not for rubber. For rubber, I was all touching it, and I saw the chair, and I say, "O cocoa Jeff fro." Find she already saw the bear call. Would be teardrum, social media, picture tra. The title no, the one got iPhone in I am phone. What you see? One yet a friend saying, technical people to say, maybe and so can't. You better videos, maybe cry phone and maybe talk camera. What you see? Men talk, you understand? But from 6 in the Benin, who difference be a make one we used to be no. Yeah, used to be a jammy got to omelette sebe and miming got to be view. For so be any so. Sasika no. We de calculate for Ghana Sikemu. Now there ma mobroni bi 1,000 Ghana cedis. What I say? Some fan starting business. Some amount of money no. What's the saba? A bimu getting to 10,000 Ghana cedis. What's iPhone no price no ko Ghana sika mu a 10,000 Ghana cedis. O de utrim odin kra mo bibia ni pattern mo bibia 10,000 Ghana cedis. Say upon starting a business being had here. You thinking about this thing so. You need sika ro bo anko for but you need sika e de kwototo sa ne ma no. Na ekra na ayefe na asa. Areho. Ona mo kra Bible ni bi but onye sika koto iPhone. You need to pa nkofo bre e woni society ni community wada koto iPhone. Yeah, you obi na ye adwuma gu botom. But nya compassion, na nya kind heart. Afama nipa. Nya compassion, na nya kind heart. Afama nipa. Abuja for mommy anko friend say the broken pen so I say the iPhone pressure mama yen share a story no I believe say ebisun bibia fremu I say I started working with an investment company earlier this year. Say around January I was appointed on a merit. I worked hard to get to where I was as a client service manager. I handled all the big portfolios. I had always stayed focused. I do remember where I come from, and that keeps me motivated enough to keep pushing. Never again will I be poor. I always say to myself, but my beliefs and hard work were tested a few months after I started this job, and that led to my breaking pen. Nipa waka say or ye dwuma our company be since January. Ono ena hwe nkofo portfolio so na ebra o sate adwuma ni na no ebra ya test no ewo na adwuma mu ADC ebusianfo wumi enko the next page and let's see what happened next. Page number 2. I say I think I missed this one. I say I like to conceal his identity. He was appointed as our managing director and was introduced to all staff one Monday morning. I could not help but notice my new MD looked like Trey Songz. He was so handsome and his lips were so cute. I could sometimes imagine myself kissing him. Yeah, it was that deep, but he was married. So I tried not to entertain those thoughts. O se company no woman no abrante bi ba ho na abrante no ho ofeye mo amuni be Trey Songz no ai sa na manager no tie manager no say ne ho farmer o hwe na no kwa na ye ne say onkofe na no but abrante na ware o shekawa ware into your cancel na adwene into from what we are watching no oba and ekasa tie nto aso. I said, but he made it harder for me to stick to my own words when he started hitting on me. I know my huge hips were hard not to notice as I always had a lot of attention from men. But I did not expect that from him. Into company no woman no just ne tosun kakra or hips. Just say no ntino manager na waba no wo yere no I shall say o notice no you bab living legend. Go ahead the next page. I say the married man who comes across as very noble and also happens to be a church elder. It's a guy not an elder. Okay, the hate got worse with time. This man really wanted to saw him better so bad. I rejected him nicely on so many occasions, but he was still persistent. Inti nipa no elder no sanse manager no one looking like Trey Songz no attempt to so on better so many times, but on SCS one penny. Okay, I hated the fact that he was my boss and could send me message like, I'm loving your legs in that short black skirt you have on. What time do they spread? Hey, wow. I said the iPhone 12 was released not too long ago, and I couldn't believe my friends and colleagues had already grabbed theirs. I was still using an iPhone 7X Plus. I felt the pressure to change it until 9. What I say? Until that time, and na iPhone 12 and about for nkofo ni go so a mo pray ye obi ni na mfo ni na atobi. Oh no, that's you see a iPhone 7 Plus CB. Living legend. As I always felt bad whenever we went out and we had to take out our phones to take snaps. But I needed to use an iPhone 12 this time. I needed to pamper myself for the first time ever. So one day, I agreed to his aunties, only on one condition, that he gets me the phone. In the boss, no our pressure now, so I never done no. After all, and I just okay, after the what I say because so Pierre, and I'm funny Pierre, so me you move phone, so more snappier. What I say, no, then 7S no, and I 7 Plus and it. This are embarrassment in it, no. After they will give it in at the Mayenne boss, no. Now, Yanshe, they see it. So it happened. We finally had Bijano at the nearby hotel after work. I could not believe what I had done. I felt so guilty. But funny enough, that guilt just vanished the following The following day, when his driver delivered a fresh iPhone 12 Pro Max at my doorstep. Inti manager no ebu ne panwe one ne ye do be ye no o so feel guilty. Say one manager ne sir, but the next day manager no the iPhone 12 Pro Max na buy no. Eti ne so. Sa guilt na wanna come no if you ho. Okay. Also now that's what I'm talking about. I could finally flex too. I told all my friends I saved up many months to buy it and even posted on my Twitter that some ladies do work hard to buy their phones themselves. I lied, obviously. What I say? In terms of question, say, young girl a unye juma. What I saw to papa no my mention. When should I nye ejuma dindi bia? The question is say, uye den and ukra iPhone. Unya bruchira and answer uni abroad phone ye the mom na mantilo mutia. Uwa Ghana unye juma. Uye mobroni iPhone unye fienfa. That's one question. iPhone unya wenhefa. Misuma nkrofi be da ache mo be ware omo. De de yo mo ansa na mo nsa keka phone si. Say 13 ya be. Eno no say different stars no mo kwakosua da kwakwaje dia. Who knows? Ehu. Enti nsaka iPhone 12 Pro Max no or the kwaye shishi e was social media guy na man be so work hard no obwa until that everything for as a week later one Wednesday evening I felt and all I could do was think about his huge willy. It's akwano krabumu matali ni bi okrabumu matali inti gene ho bae no ade e ba ne tima ne say wo hia eyebumu matali no all I could do was think about his huge willy. I also thought of asking him for some sika, what I say, some money, and that's what pushed me to do one worst thing I could probably think of. Wow. I took a quadruple mirror photo and sent it to him with the caption, "Hope you are enjoying your evening," with an evil grin on my face. But 30 whole minutes later, I had a series of calls from my colleague at work. I did not want to talk to her as if I was in no mood to talk about work. But another colleague called, and that's when I thought this could be an emergency. So I answered, "Wahala be like bicycle." Enti okwajina hwehwe ni and I did the phone etwa sebe na ya ase no. No the send ne manager no. Not true caption. Say I hope say ube here so and I do over be di ene do break. Living legends. Into a send we no 30 minutes later and ne workers na ba ko frɛ no wan fa na nche bia na ba ko so fe no we say asama ba me ento aso. I say, "What the hell have you done?" This was the first thing he said when I picked up. I was totally confused. He kept on ranting that I could lose my job. But I sat up immediately. He told me I had sent. Whoa. Wakose ni eye ni neyi ede akakoma wahala. Top client no. And hey! Wakose ni the man chat group for someone who manages the biggest portfolios. This was a huge blow for the company. I quickly went on the platform. Instead of sending the manager, no send it to group. Wahala, be like bicycle. This was even a huge blow for the company. I quickly went to the platform to check, and there it was. I had mistakenly dropped my completely dash photo in a WhatsApp group. And almost half of them had already viewed the photo, including my boss. That's when I knew I was screwed. Ain't he? All sending for no question the two WhatsApp group mo. Obi a wo handle unko portfolios no. I don't know why you betime yinedi. So the following day at work, I walked to the HR's office in shame as she had called for me. She looked at me and shook her head before I could allow her to say anything. I dropped to my knees and cried to her. I begged her to plead on my behalf because it was a mistake. But the look in her eyes had me surprised. I could tell in her eyes the decision had already been made. She handed over a letter to me and said, "I'm sorry." And that's how I got fired from my job in less than a year. Inti, the next Ekow ni HR aba. Or kako pacho. Or ya attend so buku to ja. Or pachawa na the letter no share in sim. Say unity. I called my boss several times, but he did not pick up. I tried sending him a WhatsApp message and realized he had blocked me. I was so furious. The man who got me into this situation has blocked me. Or no, and you see accountability na you can answer no. One why idea, why mistake no, or obey ye guni panoso. A agreement and an Ekow. You see what I've been talking about. All take accountability. Ewo nem kwasa na why or the kokugu. Manager so because manager na blocking no. Accountability. Ebini. When I will mess it up. When I mess it up. The manager is already Jane so. I say I hate him so much right now. I really want to do something. Say me the be hate no. Wow. His wife's Instagram is not private. I am forced to take a screenshot of our flirtatious conversations and send to her DM. He also needs to pay for what he has done to me. How could he fire me? This man has ruined my life. How do I face this broken pen? Abujan for baby sa question. Sa story ya be one fault. With the man can tell me one fault. A girl no fault and I say a manager no fault. It was to me, no, it was an agreement on me and you. Also no pay phone and auto phone na mano. You bab. Auto phone na me to phone na man we don't rank as any Jimmy or send on rank as any huni nine. Akwa to a group mu, a juma group mu. Any yinidi or be blame me papa no for no kwasa de na why no. To the extent say why I attempt to say or back this is how far mutumiko. I'm telling you. It's a man today. I make a tell say, Monsham ye. Monsham ye. And ya grow bien or some muti. What are that now? Yet, Tina, we yet. What I say is why a big mistake. For let me know your thoughts in the comment section. The iPhone we Emma and Crown movie. Side girls, guess your movie baby. Yeah, they yomo. Just say, your fabi mo tuni na kona. Stars via the year your mon just obenya all because of say or person belong to society and I say you so one so can share your thoughts in the comment section. We need a video when the reaction like a video no na share. Nyankopon shiramo no nyamu na kese. MrSethEkow amo say na we ma me. Nyankopon kamo na mo. I am here always say me dey futu na yede e be bremo. Ema iPhone pressure enku. Enka hwe. Ye na use bi da enka hwe. Oto ye na na foforo aba the next year. Oto na foforo aba. Difference be any increase in CPU, camera positions, and a camera quality. Asa, and as some small added functions. Asa, and yes, special be asa. Everything for into more Android in the crown, my winnie and so. My winnie any day and so. Everything for Halam be the Musi, be the Ekow. The person social bio. Peace. Shalom. Share numbre. I will air the Broken Heart Part 2. Our channel we so share any number our channel we so live program. You be share bio.